always laying down, kidneys, ureters, bladder. If you want an air fluid level, so you're suspecting a bowel perforation, maybe your patient has an obstruction or they've been constipated for 2 years or whatever, bowel surgery. If you want to know if there's free air in the abdomen, you do an erect abdomen, which is this. So we don't need the bladder in this image. So 2 different sets of anatomy here. That's why the centers are different. For an upright, it's 2 inches above the crest. For laying down, it is at the iliac crest. All right, so we're gonna do the erect first, which is what I like to start with if you guys are comping too. So we come into 40 from 72. So our chest is done at 72 to reduce the magnification of the heart. For almost all of our other projections and everything except an AP chest in this class left, we will be at 40. So 72 only for chest. So for this one, you want to make sure they don't have anything in their pockets. They're cleared out here. Since we're centering a little high, I would just take your name badge off. Your no center's good.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we're not going to go all the way out to that far. So I'm going to have her stand with her back to the IR for me. And you're going to actually get an IR. This one is always done portrait.
Should be away from the side, right?
Yes.
I remember reading it.
Good job. Yeah. So a little trick from the book, it says you can start with the top of the IR at the level of the axilla for the armpit. So if you want to just kind of estimate. Will you hit the light for me, please? All right. So let's see if we can do you without a stool first. We may have to stool you. All right. So I'm going to feel in the very front of her pelvis, the most anterior portion and the most stand outy, if you would, portion or protruding portion of the pelvis is the ASIS. So anterior superior ischial spine. So that is this area right here in the front. So this is the easiest portion to feel for. And then it tabs around to the iliac crest, which is typically a little higher. This is where you put your hands on your hips. So this is what you're looking for. We're going to center 2 inches above that. So I'm going to feel for her anterior superior ischial spine, which is right here. And then her hip or her iliac crest is right there. So I'm going to move this and try to center super low here. Oh, you're good, you're good. So we want to be 2 inches above that, which we are in this room. If you have a patient, Ashley in the other room, Jessica in the other room, had to be on a stool almost. So very, very, very close. You may have to be on a stool, depending on how long your torso is. If you can't go down any further with this, you have to have them stand on the stool to lift them up. Okay. Clinically, you're not going to see this because the rooms are bigger, and when this table is further back, this table can go all the way down to the floor. This is just a small room for teaching. All right, so we found our center here. So we want to marry up here, which we are. We want to be mid-sagittal plane. So I'm going to step back just to make sure she's centered. Our light field kind of looks small, but I'm going to stand in front of you. If you have a really large patient, that is me and her put together, look how small the light field looks on me. So see how small it looks now that we're 40? This is deceiving. This is fake. This is called beam divergence. So we are actually imaging this much in the field of view. So don't be thrown off, sorry, by the fact that your light looks small. This is what you are actually imaging. This is behind us. We're just very close. We're very, very close to the light. So don't let that throw you off. All right, so we are married, we're set up, we like our center. So let's talk about marking. We can either mark before we set her up on this IR, on the actual Bucky stand, or we can mark right here. I'm gonna mark low on these because we are interested in the diaphragm. So I don't wanna mark her up here. I wanna mark down here at the pelvis bone. So a right marker here, remember you're flipped. We were PA for the chest, now we're AP. So make sure you're actually looking at your patient. For chest, this will be the left side. For an abdomen, this is the right side. So I'm gonna put a right marker here, or like I said, before you actually have your patient come in, if you set up, just scoot over for me just a little. Good. You can go ahead and put your marker here. Because we can't see that once you're in front of it. The light is very distorted and you want to make sure you're within the light field. All right, so come back for me. Good. And we're just gonna center her up so she's nice and straight right there. Good. All right, you already have your arms out to the side. She's a good patient, and we're gonna give her breathing instructions, but not before we shield her. So here's our shield. We are going to shield her thyroid. It is a collar, it's Velcro. So this goes right across her neck. So I'm gonna put a shield on you, and that is shielding her gland there. So when we are doing chest x-rays, we shield down. When we're doing abdomen, we shield up. So this is the only thing we shield for this exam and the cave. So taking a deep breath, blow all your air out, stop breathing, expose. I tend to avoid hold your breath at the end because they will take a deep breath in again. You say, take a deep breath in, blow all your air out.
So it's only one time.
Hold your breath.